Hello you classy people, and you're watching Anathema, a show where the pits of bickering naysayers come forth to partake in an elegant discussion of what's been going on in recent news. Coming up on today's Spotlight... Transformers! Giant autonomous robots duking it out like there's no tomorrow. Yes, the Super Bowl teasers came out last month, including Transformers, with a theoretical trailer released not too long afterwards. The reception towards these commercials was for the most part exuberant and full of delight.
It's really stunning! Shit, this movie looks good! Man, usually any great movie that has a sequel is shit, but this is different! Looks really good!
Mark is way better actor than Shia.
In fact, Transformers' next installment, otherwise known as Age of Extinction, packs a new A-list cast starring the likes of Mark Wahlberg and Stanley Tucci, with even Peter Cullen making a return to reprise his role as Optimus Prime. While it's definitely a breath of fresh air with the absence of Shia LaBeouf constantly yelling, "Bang! Bumblebee! Optimus! 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 Optimus!" It's fair to say that amongst the shady crowd, not everyone was entirely pleased.
Where's Sam Witwicky?
Wow! At last, Transformers 4 trailer's here. Awesome, but little disappointed that Optimus Prime was extinct and brought back to life. Where is the old cast members? Bumblebee is here. Where is Sam? Michael Bay's really stupid.
Transformer! I hate you guys, they suck balls! The director can suck it! He can fuck this movie! Fuck the new cast! The director can suck it! I hate they have to change the actors from past movies! Wink wink.
Something tells me that the girl will ruin the movie with her acting.
What the fuck is this shite? Why the fuck are the ships from number 3 there again? Why was Optimus Prime fighting a Dinobot who appears to be Grimlock the Tracks? I thought he was an Autobot! God damn it, Michael Bay! Oi, one commercial. Samsung, Hitachi, Goodyear, Quicksilver, Bugatti, Cadillac. I'm sorry people, especially to the fanboys, but this is going to be absolute garbage. Michael Bay is a shallow prick and this franchise is nothing more than a giant cash cow. I grew up on Transformers. It's in the wrong hands, semicolon, always has been. Could have been something special. Very unfortunate.
That's a reasonable perspective, but it's kinda hard not to feel that everyone is jumping on the bandwagon due to a particular motive. To tell the truth, it's not so much about the film title itself that's irking people, but more or less the production staff behind the franchise. You see, we have to remember that this is Michael Bay we're talking about, a Hollywood director highly regarded for his bombastic style of filmmaking that involves shallow humour as well as tons of cliché storytelling elements. It doesn't go to say there's anything immoral about it. I'm sure a lot of youngsters out there enjoy his films for what they are, since Michael Bay's work are pretty much the definition of popcorn entertainment. However, the fact still remains that since his Transformers films have collectively raised almost a gigantic goldmine of $2.7 billion in box office, you'd think that the film studios would have put some effort to find someone else to direct the franchise's reboot. But as the box office numbers suggest, we all know how Paramount Pictures and Michael Bay are just in it for the money. With him doing yet another Transformers, I'm sure a lot of us are going to be put off by the fact that we can easily predict the same old formula from his previous iterations. And plenty of waste.
Michael Bay explosion!
My point is, you could potentially have the most talented team of CGI animators in the world working on a Transformers film, but if the only thing Michael Bay is going to do is add more senseless explosions, then proceed to direct a story that has little to no substance, he's going to leave a lot of avid filmgoers feeling pretty vexed, with the CGI being nothing more but just an eye candy effect. It's undeniable the CGI for the most part is one of the core selling points for Transformers, and I imagine the masses who go to see Transformers in the first place is for that exact reason, and not so much about deep characters or an intriguing plot. We only have ourselves to blame considering how Hollywood have been pushing the border to maintain a consistent high revenue for the film business. Even though there are plenty of watchers that have signed petitions to prevent Bay from wrecking other franchises, the collaborative effort has been rather meagre to say the least. Yet amongst this pandemonium, I always come back to one simple question. Am I going to go see the film? Perhaps? Considering the release is slotted for late June, it's only fair to presume a huge portion of consumers will want to watch films during the summer vacation from a pure entertainment standpoint, as well as an act of escapism from the stressful life of work or school. Even though it's inevitable a lot of people will go watch the new Transformers, and I'm not advising you should go watch it, go watch it! I'm just spewing out the speculations that are viable at this given period. Heck, even Michael Bay himself at one point said in an interview that the 4th installment is going to be a more cinematic experience with no goofiness, regarding the 3rd film for going slightly overboard. No surprise there. Whether or not Michael Bay lives up to that statement for me is a bit of a moot point. Michael Bay could well be trolling us as he's free to do so. Anyway, that's it from me. If you want to keep the conversation going, then feel free to drop a comment, stalk me at JJAtelier on Twitter, or using the hashtag Anathema. And remember everyone, keep those classy Transformers in disguise. Cheerio!